following is a Jackass Nation production. Subscribe to us on Podbean at jackassnation.podbean.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Loot Crate. Loot Crate is the monthly subscription service for geeks and gamers that delivers epic swag in a box right to your door, guys. You've got to check out Loot Crate. And right now, Loot Crate is giving all of the Jackass Nation and the SCNS Live listeners a discount. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/SCNS Live and go ahead and sign up for your Loot Crate. When you go to checkout, put in the promo code SCNS Live and you will get a discount on your first box. Go get this stuff now, guys. You will not be disappointed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jackass Reviews, where we talk the hottest films in theater, streaming online, and on home release. Brought to you by the Jackass Nation Podbean channel and in part by the Offshoots Network. Hosted by the Jackass himself, B to the C. On today's episode, Spider-Man Homecoming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jackass Reviews. This is your host, the one, the only, the Jersey Jackass, your boy, B to the C. Find me on Twitter, @RealJackassBC. That's RealJackassBC, as well as all other social media outlets. Wherever it is you can find me, you can find me. This is Jackass Reviews, where we talk all the newest films or televisions or screenings or whatever it is that is out that we could watch, and we talk about it in detail, completely spoiler-filled. So if you have not seen the brand new Spider-Man Homecoming, then you need to turn this off right now. Come back, listen to it later, because we are going to spoil it completely. We're going to tell you all the details.
We're going to tell you the whole movie right now.
The whole damn movie. And this is going to be your only warning that you get. So, I don't want to see any damn comments or tweets. And, oh my God, he spoiled the movie. Shut up. I told you. I warned you. That's what this is. We do it every damn time. But with me, it's not just myself. I am not alone. I have my boy, Mr. Entropy 1, Rob Entropy. What's going on, Rob?
What up, man? How you doing? It's hot out there.
Oh, shit, it's hot. It's Texas, bro. It's always hot. It's always going to be hot. It be killing. We be dying out there.
Stepped out my door, I walked out a nice air-conditioned apartment into a sauna. It was bad.
Oh, yeah, it ain't fun. It was even, because I woke up this morning and I went to see, once again, I went to see Spider-Man again this morning, went to IMAX today. And I just walking out of my apartment at 10:30 in the morning, I was like, no, God, I hate it so much.
I hate everything about this day.
As much as I love Texas, as much as Texas is home, oh, it's so hot. I just want to go back to California where it's 70 degrees and they're all like, it's so hot.
No shit. Motherfuckers on no heat.
Alright, so we are talking Spider-Man Homecoming. The brand new Spidey is back in the MCU. We finally get a full-fledged film. Everyone was worried that it was going to be Iron Man 4. It is in no way, shape, or form Iron Man 4.
No way whatsoever.
He may be all over the marketing, but that's all he was in.
Who said that?
Oh, dude, it was all over the internet. The internet was blowing up. Oh, I'm so excited for Iron Man 4.
Whatever. Okay, let's carry on.
Yeah. So, let's start out, look, just overall opinions of it, because I know you said that you actually didn't. I mean, you liked it, but you're like, eh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Go ahead. What are your thoughts on it?
See, the thing was, okay, we didn't go through an origin story, so we know that Spider-Man is Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. He's been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
Even when Tony went and found him in Civil War, you know that there was a kid going around, walking on walls, swinging around New York City, stopping crimes.
Yeah.
Yet, in this movie, it made it seem like he's just learning how to be a superhero.
Yeah,
and he's screwing things up. I mean, yeah, Spider-Man screws up, but this is like day one. He just got a suit and went out on the street and started doing stuff, but he was already doing things. So,
well, I mean, I think the way they were playing it was, yeah, he was doing things, but he was again doing things minorly in his neighborhood, stopping cars that are going out of control and helping little old ladies cross the street and stuff like that. Getting churros. And so I think when you get here, now I think that Captain America was Civil War was the first time that this Peter Parker gets out in there and is in the fire. He's in the thick of it. Mm-hmm. And so now he's like, well, let's go. Let's do that some more. No, we're going to go stop the guy stealing a bike. That's what I'm going to do? All right, cool. I'm just going to do that. And he's so anxious and he's a high schooler. Do you remember being in high school a million years ago?
Yeah.
Because when I was in high school, I was a badass, but I screwed a lot of shit up. All right? There were a lot of plays on the football. I knew how to play football. I have been playing football for years, but damn it, I got a lot of penalties.
Yeah, but that's you. You're a fuck-up.
I am anything but... Okay, maybe I'm a fuck-up. But still.
But my mommy loves me.
My mom does. She says I'm great.
Okay.
So, and again, he's 15. He's going to screw up a lot. And that's why I think I like this one so much more than all the other ones. Because, the first one, they rushed so fast to get him out of high school. Mm-hmm. And the second one, there was no way Andrew Garfield was a high schooler. That guy was like 40. So, that didn't fit either. Like, this looked, felt, and was a high school film. Everyone in it looked like kids. Not once did I look at any of these girls go, I want to sleep with that girl. No, they're high schoolers.
The high school girls. Nope. At the jail.
Emma Stone. I was like, yes, I want to sleep with you. I'm just saying. Emma, give me a call. Just saying, if you're listening.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, no worries. Sip a beer for the working man. You ever listen to Stone Cold's podcast?
No, I haven't.
He does it all the time. In the middle of the podcast, he'll stop, take a sip. Sip a beer for the working man. Or on his edited podcast, sip a coffee for the working man.
Oh, okay.
It's great. I love it so much.
So, yeah, that was one of the issues I had with Spider-Man. Well, I said, but that's probably the major issue. Well,
before we jump into actual issues, other than that one, but you did like it.
Yes, the movie was good. Story was good. Michael Keaton, fantastic. Cameos. And
I think Michael Keaton is he's not Loki. Nope, not. No. Vulture was not Loki, but he's up there with Robert Redford's character in Winter Soldier and the Red Skull as one of their best villains that they've done yet so far. Mm-hmm. He's not a throwaway. He was a good villain, and you understood him. Like when he's giving that speech to Parker at the end, he's like, "Look, you're young, you don't get it yet. All right? He's like, yeah, but I know that selling weapons to bad guys are wrong." And he goes, "Well, how do you think Stark made his fortune?" And you're just like, "Oh, wow, yeah."
Even though the Vulture is a villain in the comic book, in the Spider-Man series or whatever, this one, you actually see the everyman, the everyday guy who just got screwed over by the government, and he's like, you know what? I got to make money something because I got to take care of all these guys under me.
Yes, and my family. Yeah, and he's a family man.
Yeah, it was all to take care of the guys working for him and his family. And you can't fault him for that.
No.
So, I like the villain.
Yeah, I thought he was done really well. And again, it's Michael Keaton. Like, you just go with it. And like you were saying, the cameos. All the little Easter eggs. Did you pick up on all of them?
When they said damage control, marked out.
I did not. I actually got really mad when I saw that.
Why?
Okay, because you know how I am with these, and you know how I go back and I rewatch the whole MCU leading up to it, and I'm an avid Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. set up that they clean up after all the battles, because in their tie-in to Thor: The Dark World, the tie-in was they were in London cleaning up everything. And so when they weren't cleaning up after the Battle of New York, I was like, wait, no, this should be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, these should be S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, not what is this damage control? Why have I not heard of them at all? I don't like this. So that bothered me. But at the same time, I go, well, I guess that damage control television show is not happening.
Yeah, probably not.
I guess they saw Powerless and they went, no.
Yeah. Because damage control was supposed to be a comedy half-hour series like Powerless. Yep. DC just did theirs first.
Yeah.
So, But, I mean... You have damage control in the comics who did that stuff. So that one I saw, I was like, oh! And everything as far as the destruction of New York, where it's like, oh, this is like...
Yeah.
All this stuff is set... Well, the movie starts out where it's like right after New York City.
Some people were having an issue with that because right after that, it said 8 years later. But then in Civil War, they said in the 8 years that Tony Stark announced that he was Iron Man. So technically... It had been 8 years since Iron Man. So really only maybe 4 years or so since Avengers 1. So they a lot of people online are having issues with a little bit. But I'm like, okay, you got to overlook that one. That one's just a little...
I actually didn't pick up on that. I
didn't pick up on it until someone told me that. And I was like, oh, I see that, yes, but whatever.
Mm-hmm, yeah, we can gloss over
I can gloss over that one a little bit there. But yeah, I liked that. I liked how they did that.
Donald Glover.
I love at first I didn't think about it at first when he was just there and he's just like I just want something to stick. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, really? This is all we got Donald Glover for?
Yeah.
You got earned for this. This is it. And then when they brought him back and they show his name. And it says the Prowler.
Yeah, it said the Prowler on it. And then when he went to buy the stuff, it was like, you got climbing stuff. You got climbing gear. Wait, let me see.
See, but that didn't click until later, the second scene he's in. Mm-hmm. And then when he goes, I got a nephew that lives in this area.
Yep.
I was like, okay. I see why Donald Glover's here. You're gonna kill Peter Parker in 5 movies and we're gonna get Miles Morales. Okay, I see. And I love that it was Donald Glover because there's so much room for more of him.
Yeah.
So, what else did you pick up on?
Matt Gargan.
Yes.
And I wasn't even expecting him. And then when they just said, we got two perps. The guy who was the Shocker. And then Matt Gargan. I was like, I'm smacking Karen in the arm.
You know what's bad is I didn't pick up on Matt Gargan when they first said his name. I didn't even notice that they said his name. I glossed over that because I was so excited for what was about. I knew what was coming, and I'm like, this is going to be awesome. So I'm not really. It wasn't until the post-credit scene where you see him again, and I see the scorpion on his neck, and I go,
well, yeah.
That guy was Scorpion. Yeah, and then it wasn't until this morning that I heard them say... this time I heard them say his name. I go, oh, they said his name.
They said his name, yeah. When he was on the ship, they showed from the side, and you could see the Scorpion on his neck. So I was like... as soon as I heard Matt Gargan, there was a lot of marking out moments in this movie, and it was like, that was one of them. I'm slapping Karen in the arm. She's like, what?
The two that I saw that I marked out for that I don't think most people saw... When Peter goes to the principal's office, and the camera's kind of outside the office, kind of from Ned's view, but you see the principal sitting there talking to him. You know who played the principal, right? He was one of the Howling Commandos in the first Avenger. Up on his desk is a picture of a World War II vet that is him.
Really?
So he is a descendant of the Howling Commando. And then it has a picture next to that of all of the Howling Commandos standing next to each other.
Okay, I did not see that.
Yeah.
I also didn't see that one.
Because I remember when we talked about his casting, that I was like, I don't like this. We're running out of actors to put in here. We're having to use... But then they found a way to cleverly tie that in. They go, oh, well, he is a descendant of the same guy he's played. So that made me happy.
All right.
The only other Easter egg that I don't think anyone caught, and I meant to tell you this before you went to see it, You watched all the credits. Were you paying attention to the credits? Like the names.
The actual names and what? No, I was not. I was just waiting for the very end.
You know, at the end, when they list all the songs, the very last song was called Flash Drive. Written by John Watts, who's the director. Performed by Eugene Thompson.
No, you know, I actually did see that Flash Drive thing, but it was just, music.
Performed by Eugene Thompson, who is Eugene Flash Thompson. It was the DJ song. And I don't think a lot of people are going to notice that. If you go back and see it, wait for that very last song that it shows. And because I saw Eugene Thompson, I go, wait, that's funny. That's funny. Good pull. Good effing pull. Okay. So and that's what I really liked about it, was the humor in this film was so on point, I think. Except for the majority of Ned. I didn't like him.
Yeah, Ned, I liked it first, and then he started to get really annoying.
Yes. I thought he got really annoying. He grew on me a little bit at the end when he was like actually helping Peter, when he's like, guy in the chair.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I was watching porn. That's when he kind of grew on me, but I could not stand it. It was just getting too much. And I get it. That's what we would be like. You know? Like, if I found out that you're a superhero, I'm going to be asking you all sorts of stupid fucking questions.
Oh, yeah. Especially for Spider-Man. Can you control spiders? I
love that.
Do you lay eggs?
Do you have an army of spiders? And I just kept like, Ant-Man.
Now, the one thing that Ned did that I was like, oh, come on. When Peter was fighting the Shocker, and he kicks his web shooter away, and then next thing you know, he's about to lay in a Spidey, and twit, he's just holding the web shooter, and he hits the Shocker. That gives Peter enough time to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
See, that one, the one that bothered me was, Peter knows Spider-Man. I was like, no one is that dumb. No one is that stupid. I get why you had to do it for attention.
Yeah.
But
I will also go back to what you told me earlier. These are high school kids.
Yeah, true. Okay, good call.
And
good call.
Not only that, he was one of the outsiders
Yeah.
of the high school kids. So,
and that led but that did lead into one of my favorite scenes, was at that party. When Peter's like, look, Spider-Man's not a party trick. I can't do this. I can't. Because that's a lot of Spider-Man to me. And it's all summed up in the scene where after Flash starts talking all that shit, and you see Peter getting ready, and he's out there, he's like, hey, yeah, I'm Spider-Man, and he just all of a sudden he just sits there and looks in, and you see it over his shoulder. You get Peter Parker's head, you get Spider-Man in the suit, and he's just looking in this party, and he's just like, I don't get to do this. Like, I can't do this. Yeah. This is not what... This is, with great power comes great responsibility. And that's what and then boom, the explosion, I gotta go. And I think that scene right there sums up all of Spider-Man, which is why I love this movie so much.
Yeah.
So, alright, but there are negatives in it. What else did you really find that you didn't really like about it?
Other than me just growing disillusioned, but Ned just got on my nerves the more the movie went on, and Spider-Man not being a hero.
Yeah.
Or not already being a hero, and you know that he's been there for a minute. Those are the two major things that pulled it down for me.
Yeah.
Anything else? I can't say that I think that I saw anything else that was so bad.
Well, like I said, as far as him being, I feel like this was an origin story of him becoming the hero, of his coming out party, really.
Yeah.
Because still, none of the Avengers knew who he was when he showed up. So still, no one really knew. And now the city and the neighborhood of Queens, which, by the way, you would know as much as I know. I know it was filmed in New York or in Atlanta, but damn, this movie felt like New York.
Yeah, there were a couple scenes I was like, okay, that don't look nothing like New York, but I'm like, yo, but that's feel, Queens. That's Queens right there.
The feel. And I think now this is my favorite Stan Lee cameo, because it felt so New York. It felt so Queens. Everyone just yelling down.
That's New York right there.
Marjorie, how you doing? Okay, one of my negatives is early on in the film, and I got over it as I don't know if I didn't notice it later on, but early in the film, the CGI, as soon as he started to become, like, the first time he gets out of school and he goes to be Spider-Man, the CGI jumping, web singing stuff was awful. I was like, oh, I really noticed this. Like when he jumps over into the football field, and then when he first puts the suit on and starts webbing all over the place, it looked Spider-Man, like Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man-ish. But it faded away very quickly, though. But it bothered me right off the bat.
Okay. I honestly did not notice it, so...
Oof, man, it really did. It bothered me right off the bat so bad. The other thing that really irked me, and it still makes me mad, and I'm not over it yet, even watching it the second time bothered me, was we created a character that I loved. She was incredible. Michelle. I was in love. I was like, this character is great. I cannot wait to see where they go with this character. And then in one line, they completely ruined her by going, oh, my friends call me MJ. I was like, really? You can't just make her own character.
The same review that I was listening to on the way over here that made me realize my thing.
Yeah.
They talked about that at the very end of the review, and he said that Feige came out and said that this is not Mary Jane.
Thank
God. This is not Mary Jane Watson that you know.
Okay.
It's a completely different character.
Okay.
It's just the initials match up for
Easter egg reason.
Yeah, Easter egg stuff.
See, I haven't heard anything about that. So that's what I was hoping it was. I was just hoping that this isn't our Mary Jane. Because I want Mary Jane done right for the first time ever. Now, if you wanted to cast Zendaya as Mary Jane, that's fine. But make her character Mary Jane. That character was not Mary Jane.
No, not even close.
No. But the Michelle character was incredible, and I really enjoyed her in this movie. I thought she was part of the best comic relief, as well as Hannibal Buress.
Oh,
he was really good.
He was awesome.
And it's perfect his comedic timing of the Captain America infomercials, which were also incredible. Because with my good friend, your gym teacher, pointing to, and he's standing on the wrong side. And I'm just, why would they be showing this? Isn't Captain? He goes, I'm pretty sure this guy's a war criminal now, but whatever. State says I got to show you this. I mean,
and Peter's interactions with Happy.
Point.
Oh my God. Happy is like, I mean, Tony put Happy in charge of this kid, and Happy does not want anything to do with this child.
and again, my negatives, like, those are the majority of my negatives. Like, that's really it. Nothing else really bothered me. I felt this was like a great film. Like, every interaction, everyone was casted perfectly, and the interactions were just incredibly, like just like you're saying, with Happy Hogan. That was perfect. And we have a problem with superhero movies. Escalation. You know, save the town, save the city, save the nation, save the world, save the galaxy, save, it comes to a point, you can't, what are you going to do? You have to shrink it down. And they did such a good job shrinking this down. He's not fighting for the fate of the world. He's not trying to stop global dominance. He's just trying to stop a guy from stealing from Tony Stark. Like that, it's. I got to stop this heist.
Yeah, he's just stopping an arms dealer,
which is perfect because once again and Ant-Man did the same thing. You take it from when it's this huge stakes of civil war now. We got to bring it back down so that when we get to that big fight coming up, we're good. We're not like, well, it wasn't bigger than the last one. You were able to effectively bring it down again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. I feel you on that one because going back on playing superhero role playing games, everyone wanted to play like your Superman or these big cosmic super characters.
Yeah.
But the best stories were told with people who were just
people
fighting to protect. Yeah, people just fighting to protect a couple blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Stop this criminal. Stop this guy from doing that. Not something where every fight you have to protect the universe. It gets boring.
Yeah.
But street level stuff, the street level heroes are you could always do millions of stories with them.
Yeah.
Whereas the cosmic ones, you got one story.
save the universe. Yeah, because then it's just too big at that point. So, talk about those the post. Let's talk about the last post credit scene first. I literally in theater I go, "Aw, dick move." But it was set up so perfectly with the sprinkling in of those infomercials all the way through, all the way to the last one of Marvel going, "Fuck you guys. Thanks for waiting, but fuck you guys."
And the thing is, the last one, the infomercial is about having patience, and you sit there like, "You son of a bitch!"
and he goes, "How many more of these do I have to do?" That was great. It was a great joke. It was a lot of fun. The one with Matt Gargans, and he said, hey, I got some guys that want to get together and kill the Spider."
Yes,
Sinister Six. I'm assuming.
Yes, it's got to be.
Now, Vulture was an original part of the Sinister Six, but he sat there and goes, "If I knew who he was, he'd be dead already." Is this a telling that we're not going to get Vulture in the Sinister Six? Or is this him going, "Hey, Spidey saved my daughter, and then he technically saved my life"? That's, what it is what it is.
Yeah, he's doing what he...
Or is it, nah, fuck you, I want to kill him myself?
No, I don't think it's that he wants to kill him himself.
Yeah.
He may be angry, but the character that Keaton portrayed as far as Agent Toomes, the Vulture, that's not him.
No,
he doesn't seem to be a revenge character.
No.
Whereas someone
he just wants to make ends meet, and now that he understands, and he's been saved by Spider-Man, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm probably thinking we're not really going to see Michael Keaton's Vulture again.
If it does happen, someone will take the Vulture suit, and it will be a different Vulture.
I think we could always see him in maybe like a post-credit something, once again in prison somewhere or something like that, but I don't think we'll see him as a main villain again. Mm-hmm. But, so before we give our scores and whatnot, with that, where do you want to see this go? Where do you want to see this Spider-Man character and the MCU kind of go in the next one and whatnot?
Okay, as far as Spider-Man goes...
Wait. One other, the very last scene, Aunt May figuring out that he's Spider-Man.
Not just he's standing there in the suit.
And that's not like his homemade soup that he's like, I'm cosplaying. No, motherfucker. That's And
she's, Aunt May's always worried about him, and he's standing there, he's saying all this stuff, and then the camera pans, and you see her standing there, and it's like, what the fuck?
Because this is the 6th Spider-Man movie and the only one for Aunt May to ever know that he's Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And I know there's been some comic runs that she kind of figures it out and whatnot, but
no, it's not just some comic runs. They got to one point in the comics where Aunt May said, she pretty much told Peter, "I've always known you were Spider-Man. I just never
I always got that feeling in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that she kind of knew. Mm-hmm. With the end of the way the first Amazing Spider-Man ended, with him coming home with the eggs all beat up and everything, and she's just like, God damn it. I kind of got that thing, but it was never out in the open.
Yeah.
So I don't see how are we moving toward a Spider-Man universe where everyone knows that he's Peter Parker? Because I don't think I like that. I like that he has that secret identity.
In the new the new universe issue they had a while ago, that they destroyed that whole universe, I believe. I think the Aunt May there knew that he was Spider-Man. Yeah. I'm not sure though, but I think she did, and she just, it's basically just be careful.
Yeah.
So,
and then we got the tease of almost the Civil War moment of the press conference with that last scene with Tony Stark as well, and the Iron Spider.
I was looking at him like, okay, is this their version of the Iron Spider suit?
Yeah,
I said that.
Yeah, we did. The other day. Like, why don't we get the Iron Spider? I was like, well, we don't know that we're not going to get it, and we did.
Mm-hmm. And he actually turned it down,
which I like, because I'm like, we need a couple more small stories before he. And I'm betting Infinity War is going to happen, and they're going to be like, yeah, put the Iron Spider suit
on. Put that suit
on. But what threw me off, and again, this isn't much of a Spider-Man thing, but Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
Because I was under the understanding that she didn't want to be a part anymore. And they had to pay her a pretty penny because she got third billing. If you looked at the credits, it went Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't notice that. Okay.
She was the third billed name. Marissa Tomei and Robert Downey Jr. were last. Were with Marissa Tomei and Robert Downey Jr. But so I got to think they paid her a pretty penny. I don't because the last we knew, she left. Her and Parker, or her and Tony split up. Mm-hmm. Only they were split up 2 months ago, and timeline wise for Civil War. So that was a really weird decision for me.
Yeah, I guess he just threw her in for something. There was some mention. Someone said something about they thought she was going to be in there to kind of start off the romance between her and Happy, which I was like, huh? A quick Wikipedia check, and yeah, Pepper Potts fall in love. Well, Happy fell in love with her. They got together, got married, left or whatever, and
really?
so on. So, but that did not happen. It was all about Tony marrying or proposed to marry her. However, Happy was like, I've kept this in my pocket for 2 years.
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah, he said
okay,
8
years. So
who knows? Maybe that was the way they were looking for, but we'll see. So, all right. Anyway, back to the original question: where do you want to see Spider-Man go from here with the MCU, with his own films?
Okay, where I want to see it go, where they left it with that pre-credit scene with Matt Gargan talking to Toomes, about he's got some friends, blah blah blah, so on and so on. I want to see a Sinister Six movie.
Yeah.
I've wanted to see that for a long time. They were kind of setting it up in the other Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man movies. That went to shit, so get this movie done.
So, here's my issue with Sinister Six in the next film. It seems like they want to kill, there's some people that want to kill Spider-Man, but it seems like a big thing for a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man still. Because again, he's not an Avenger yet.
No, not the next movie. This could be like the third movie.
Third or fourth?
Third or fourth movie in the series, yeah. The next movie, you need to introduce other members. Yeah. Like, bring in, they were talking about Kraven and Mysterio. Mm-hmm. Do a movie with both of those guys.
Yeah.
And
makes sense.
If you want to do some of the other members,
introduce your Otto Octavius, maybe.
Mm-hmm, exactly. You put all those other guys in.
Bring in your Harry Osborns.
Yeah, and by your third or fourth movie, you can have all of these guys going after Spider-Man.
The other what I want to see, and I one thing I want to see that I think could happen is because we didn't get a real ending to him, but Shocker. I didn't really like how he used the thing, how it was like a punching, it was a glove kind of. I liked it. I wish he could shoot him. Maybe he will eventually. But I want him to be sort of like Scarecrow in Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. How he just kept popping up. He's in all of them, and he's just and Spider-Man makes quick work of him. Because that's how I always think of Shocker. He's just kind of there, and Spider-Man's like, God damn it, get away.
No, well, yeah, Shocker was a character that apparently a lot of people love, but Spider-Man will kick his ass like that until the Armor Wars series with Iron Man, where I don't know if it was the Prowler or another. Well, it was some spy who got into Stark's thing and stole the Iron Man plans and sold them on the market. Oh. So a bunch of people had Tony Stark's technology. And they were using it within their costumes. And the Shocker got a boost. Yeah. And he damn near killed Spider-Man.
Wow. I've always loved him because he was one of my favorite characters of the animated series, the 90s. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I just always gravitated toward him. I had an action figure of him that I loved. And so when I found out he was in this, I was super excited about it. I could not wait to see him. And I liked what they did with him. I wish he would have been able to shoot the things. But I just like, if we were to do, like, favorite villains, he's in my top 10 favorite villains. For no reason at all. Just because I'm just like, Shocker.
Oh, by the way, The guy that was building all the stuff for Vulture. Okay, yeah, Tinkerer. Yeah. You know that. Okay.
Yeah. I liked that. I liked his character. He was good too. He was real good.
He just said, "Well, I can work in that vacuum seal thing." It's like, stop with the vacuum seal.
And he's still out there. We know that because he wasn't part of it. He didn't get taken or anything. So, okay. So you said you were judging this compared to the other ones. Where do you rank it in the Spider-Man movies? Where do you rank him, Tom Holland, as Spider-Man? Where do you rank the film on a whole?
As Spider-Man, see, the thing is, it's hard because you saw one Spider-Man in Civil War, and now you've seen a completely different Spider-Man.
I mean, I think it felt, because I watched leading up, I rewatched everything, and it felt. And especially with that opening, a film by Peter Parker.
Yeah, his vlog.
It felt
and he can't show to anybody
because it goes to the same thing of one of my favorite lines from those movies from Civil War was when Winter Soldier goes to punch him. He's like, "Whoa, you got a metal arm? That's so cool!" I'm like, "That yes, that feels like this Spider-Man to me."
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but
I will put Homecoming. Well, this Spider-Man. Second,
behind Tobey.
I still like Tobey, man. I still like Tobey Maguire.
When I'm ranking the Spider-Man characters, I think Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker, especially of what Peter should have been. The 1960s Peter Parker. That's what the nerd was.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Garfield was such a good Spider-Man. When he was in that costume, he was Spider-Man. He was not Peter Parker at all.
Mm-mm. No, he was New Universe Peter Parker. New Universe Peter Parker was kind of a hothead, brash, young,
cool guy.
Well, not cool guy, but in that kind of coolish, whatever. But he wanted to hang out and party and do this and do that. But he was Spider-Man, so he had responsibilities.
Tom Holland is the quintessential Spider-Man. And he encompasses it all for me. I think he is the perfect mixture of Peter Parker and Spidey. Because he's kind of a loser at school. He's a little bit of the outcast. Even though nerds are cool right now, he's still not really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then as Spider-Man, he had the one-liners that worked. He looked the part. He didn't exactly know but he's going with it. And he still, he
wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, it was perfect. I'm like, this is great. So to me, I would actually put Tom Holland as the number one Spider-Man now.
Okay,
he's my favorite. As far as where I rank the film, right now it is still a shade under Spider-Man 2 because it's still new to me. And I haven't. I gotta see if it really does stand that test of time, because Spider-Man 2, I watched all of them leading up, and it still holds up as one of my favorite superhero movies of all time.
I am with you there. That's pretty much exactly where I put it. Also, just a hair below that Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock. So, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was good, but that was mainly because of Gwen Stacy's death.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm an Amazing Spider-Man 2 apologist. Like, I understand that it's not a good movie. Like, it's a bad movie. It's very jumbled, and it's poorly edited, and the tone is all over the place. But I have so much fun with it. Mm-hmm. I just enjoy it. And that scene where they get her, that was a tense scene, and that was one of the most tense scenes in any Spider-Man films. The only other tense scene that is on that level with me is when he goes to pick up Liz for Homecoming. And Michael Keaton answers that door.
Dude, I didn't even see it coming.
No. And I went, "Oh, he's your dad. Oh my God. Oh my God." And the whole scene, in the car, everything, I'm going, "Oh my God. Oh my God." I'm sitting on my my feet up, covering my mouth, just, oh my God. It was so intense.
Not only that, he gets there and he sees her father is this guy he was just staking out for this whole thing, but Vulture figures out who he is like that.
And I've always said,
he's like, honey, let me talk to your boyfriend for a second.
I've always said about Amazing Spider-Man 2 that Green Goblin is the smartest villain ever because he sees Gwen Stacy and he goes, oh shit, you're Peter Parker. And I just like, oh my god, why didn't no one? You're so smart. Like no one ever does that. Like, but then this one, like you get there, and you go, oh shit, Michael Keaton's figured it out. He's smart too. This is so genius. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be able to figure that out? Especially when you're sitting right there.
Mm-hmm. All the stuff is being said, and it's like, king, 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 king. All the whole Tetris piece falls together, and like, bing! This fucking kid is Spider-Man.
Gumdrop, let me give the dad talk. And he pulls out the fucking block.
He pulls out a gun.
He's like, does she know? What? Okay, cool. You're going to hold it close to the chest? All right, good. So good. So, okay. Score out of 5. And you can throw in a possible Jeebus 0.5 bonus. What are you giving it?
Four.
A 4 out of 5. No bonus? With a bonus? No.
No bonus.
No bonus. 4 out of 5. Okay, I'm a little bit more than you. Out of 5, right on its own, I'm giving it a 4.2.
Okay.
All right, pretty high up there. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a full 0.5 Jeebus bonus.
I mean, I'll have to go through the whole Cinelinx thing to rate it or whatever. But right now, top ahead, a 4. Yeah.
And I'm going. My 0.5 bonus is for Spidey and Parker and how good I love Tom Holland in that role, the connections to the MCU and how it just works so well, and of course Michael Keaton, and no matter what Keaton does, I think he's phenomenal in.
Oh God! So. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a bonus. I just remember the scene where Vulture dropped the building on Spidey and he left. And he's crying.
He's a kid.
You see, he's a kid. He's like, oh shit, he's a child. Man, get up. And
I didn't realize that was water. I thought that was all blood. I was like, oh my god. So, and then you realize it. Like I'm like, okay, wait, there's water there. Okay, cool. And you see the half and half face, and he's like, come on, Peter, come on. And he's got, come on, Spider-Man. Come on, Spider-Man. And he does the most epic push-up ever.
From what I understand, again, the review I watched, that was an homage to Spider-Man number 33. He was buried like that and he had to dig down real deep to get the strength to stand up again. And that is the bonus, the Jeebus bonus right there, and the bonus, and God damn it, 4.5.
4.5, I like it. All right, so Rob's giving it a 4.5 with the bonus. I'm going a 4.7 with the bonus. That is our review of Spider-Man Homecoming. Let us know what you thought about it. Hit us up on Twitter. Use the hashtag Jackass Reviews and tag Spider-Man in it. You can find my video review, a small just opinions of it, right as I left on the new Stardust app by checking out at Real Jackass BC. That's RealJackassBC. All social media. Hit me up. Rob Entropy, where can the Jackass Nation find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Entropy1, that's NTROPI1, or you can check out the Channel Control Show on YouTube, or go to Channel Control on Twitter at Channel Control TV, I believe it is.
That's right. Don't forget to check out Channel Control. Awesome show. Always fun to do. All right, guys, we're getting up out of here. We will see you next time. The next time we'll be here for Jackass Reviews, I will be doing Apes on Horses. Hell effing yeah. So we'll see you then. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Later, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Jackass Reviews on the Jackass Nation Podbean channel, as well as the Offshoots Network. Come back next time for more opinions on film from the Jackass. Follow BC on Twitter at RealJackassBC.